Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam. Tashreef rakhein.
Thank you so much, sir.
Mr. Zulkarnain Salim Wattu,
Yes, sir.
a doctor by profession. Good
Yes,
to
sir.
have you with us.
Thank you so
How
much.
are you,
sir.
beta?
I'm good, sir.
Would you want to tell the panel who are the Wattus?
Sir, Wattus, it is a tribe that is based in the area that is near Satluj River. And they are economically they are engaged in farming, and according to traditions of history, they were primarily based in India, but later on they migrated towards the bank of Satluj, and they are engaged in farming over there since then. And it happened around 300 years back. And and currently they are settled in areas of in those areas of Punjab, like such as Okada, Bahawalnagar,
Okay, and a lot of
Bahawalpur.
Wattus are in politics also.
Yeah.
Why? Has it become a kind of family profession or tribal profession or what?
A few of them are, but basically, as we all know, in Pakistan, the people vote on the basis of clan, and there is a trend of patron-client relationship. So the prominent among the family, they contest for elections, and a few manage to win as well.
Beta, in my humble opinion, the greatest service that one can do to humanity is by becoming a doctor.
No doubt, sir.
You are already in this profession. They say service to humanity is worship to God. So you are, in a manner of speaking, already worshipping God. Why is it that you want to switch professions?
No doubt, sir, medicine is really a great profession, and I'm proud of being a doctor. But the problem is, sir, currently I don't feel accomplished. Like, there are a few things. I'm very happy treating the patient. I'm very happy when the attendant of the patient admire us for saving the lives of patient. But I don't feel accomplished. For instance, there
Why
are
not? If you save a life, wouldn't you get a sense of accomplishment?
because there are certain things about which I can't do anything being a doctor, and that bothers me a lot. That's why I want to switch my profession. For instance, I would like to quote a few examples over here. For instance, when there are unavailability of beds for the patient, and when I see the suffering patient who could not get bed in the hospital, it hurts. It bothers me. And being a doctor, I can't do anything about it. When my mother's, who is a teacher, who tells me that a few of her colleagues are not coming to the hospital, schools, and they're not, and they're getting paid being a doctor, I can't do anything about that. That's why I want to switch my career.
All right. Why is it better that in the past history of the country, for the last 73 years, all the governments, without exception, have been neglecting the health sector? There has never been enough budget allocation for this important sector. Why is that so, and what needs to be done in this regard?
No doubt, sir, you are absolutely right that health is a neglected sector. For instance, according to the reports, around 4% of GDP is being spent on health, while in developed countries, around 10 to 15% has been allocated to health. It is because of misplaced priorities of Pakistan. And I personally believe that Pakistan obsession with security related matters is the primary cause that health sector is neglected. Like, we are spending around 25% of our budget on the defense, while in 21st century the security is not measured in term of hard security, but in term of soft security, and health is a primary pillar of that. We need to change our priorities. Moreover, the amount which is spent, it is not adequately being spent. For instance, Pakistan need to spend more on preventive health, while 80% of budget goes to this curative health.
right.
So
Let's move on.
okay, sir.
Better, you opted for political science and geography as two of your subjects.
Yes, sir.
What were the conditions under which Machiavelli wrote The Prince?
Yes, sir. If I recall my knowledge of political science, I believe that it was 16th century Italy, when Italy was divided into small city states, and there was no unity among those city states, and those city states used to fight among themselves. So that made Machiavelli to write a book, and many historians believe that it was written to help that leader of that time, that how he can unite those states and can rule adequately.
The book is actually a letter addressed to the ruler of his state.
Yes, sir.
The end justifies the means. This is what is said about Machiavellian politics.
Yes, sir.
What is your take on this?
Sir, I believe that I don't completely agree with the statement that the end justified the mean, because being an idealist, semi-idealist, I believe that the ends should also be right as well as the means.
All right, geography भी पढ़ा है आपने.
Yes, sir.
Can you name the 7 wonders of the world?
I'm sorry, sir.
You can't.
I have no clue about it.
Bete, what is meant by Greenwich Mean Time?
Sir, basically it is an imaginary line that is running through the London and at the Royal Observatory in the Greenwich, through which is used as a reference line for calculating the time around the world. For the world is divided, the globe is divided vertically into 24 lines, and one if person moves to east of the Greenwich, 1 hour is added, plus 1 is added to standard time, while if the person moved towards left, 1 hour is removed from that time.
Last question from my side. Who are the Aborigines?
Sir, I'm not sure about that, but I guess these were the people who were residing, who were the basic inhabitants of Australia before the Europeans colonized that area.
Yeah, that's right. They are still there, very much there, although some of them are still being denied their basic rights.
Yes.
Thank you. Please, over to you.
Oh, thank you, thank you. You have just mentioned your favorite personality as Abdul Staridi.
Yes, sir.
Why you have preferred him as compared to Qaid-e-Azam?
Sir, Qaid-e-Azam no doubt is unmatchable if we look at our history. But I preferred Abdul Staridi because he has served the humanity by going out of the way. He had done a lot for the humanity, like the abandoned humans whose families did not even care for them. He used to take them and provide them shelter, food, as well as hospital.
Don't you think that Qaid-e-Azam also served humanity, Muslims of this area, by creating Pakistan?
No doubt, sir. There is, as I already stated, that there is no match between Qaid-e-Azam. He is an unprecedented leader. But I preferred Abdul Staridi for his humane works, or his work for his services he rendered to humanity.
Yes, sir. Now that the interview is over, what are your views about the candidate?
I think, sir, overall, he was a smartly dressed and amiable personality with a reasonable degree of communication skill, remained focused as far as personality is concerned. But with regard to his knowledge on certain issues, I found him not up to the mark, because his answer was not critical and it was also too lengthy. He was just trying to linger on and give too much detail without getting the crux of the answer.
Analytical
skill was lacking. So I think he needs to improve a lot. And secondly, I also observed that his knowledge with regard to optional subjects, that is also lacking. He couldn't answer questions with regard to, or especially with regard to political science. Overall, I think he is a promising candidate.
Good, thank you.
I think very good appreciation by the honorable member. His communication skills were slightly weak, and obviously the knowledge base was also not broad. To some extent, a sketchy type of knowledge which he exhibited here before the panel. And then there were certain language issues also.
Grammar के issues उसके
Yeah,
बाद
that's right. And somewhere he was confident, and during the interview, this was also observed that he lacked confidence also at certain points of time. About knowledge, I would like to agree. And then the stress absorption, somehow I felt that it is on a lower side. So that was another thing, and particularly the leadership and initiative also needed a little more on the part of the candidate.
Thank you.
But I think overall it should be graded between 50 to 60 candidate out of 100.
Above average.